Very simply, just how big a game is this on Wednesday night?
Massive, no other way to put it, especially after the way that the last few weeks have been. I think everything's just building up into sort of one big night for both clubs now, and it'll be over to both sets of teams, whatever one carries out their game plan and has the most composure on the night to get the job done.
I mean, you mentioned the word composure. You've touched on it there, just how much potential is hanging on this game. Is this going to come down to which set of players can produce the kind of calmest heads?
Definitely, I think from minute one of the game, it's going to be about who's calm in the ball, who trusts themselves, who trusts each other in their team, and it will be about carrying out the game plan that's set out in front of each team. And yeah, I'm fully confident that we'll be able to do that.
Can you put your finger on what's happened the last couple of weeks? Because not that long ago, 3 wins in a row, it looked like the corner had been turned, but now it looks like you've turned the corner, going back in the opposite direction again.
Yeah, no, that's how the season's been sort of for us. It doesn't make it any different the way it's been. Every week we've sort of been going into every game knowing that we have to win to sort of turn things around, and Wednesday's no different, especially even more so after the last few weeks. But we know that we're more than capable of doing it. The team's shown that when they went on the run of 3 games winning. And yeah, like I said, Wednesday's massive for more reasons than one, and it will be down to us as soon as the game starts to carry out.
I mean, is it almost difficult, or is it not, I don't know, to separate what's at stake and be able to detach yourself from that and just focus on the game itself and getting the job done?
I think that's when the composure side of it comes into it. It's about taking the game for what it is. Of course, the sheer size of the game and what's at stake. But like I said, the boys that are in our change room, the experience that's in the change room, I'm more than confident that we have the calm heads in the key moments of the game to carry out what's needed.
And it's still in your own hands. You get it when you go above Kilmarnock.
Exactly, and that's what we have to remain positive about, that it's still in our hands. Is as tough as the last few weeks have been, we take that on the chin and we've addressed that. We've spoken about that this morning as well, and the gaffer's made it clear that for all that's gone on, it's like I said, it's still in our hands, and we have to take full advantage of that. There's certainly no hiding places from now on.
And how would you sum up the season as a whole?
Up and down. Throughout every week I think it's been different. Every week we've been faced with a different challenge. Although the way that it's gone, I don't think we've hid away from certain situations. I feel like we've always come back and tried to make the most of where we are going into each game, and this Wednesday will be no different.
How has the manager been after the weekend? Because he looked a bit down, to say the least, after the game.
I think everyone was. I think Saturday really hurt, especially after the last few weeks. The results that have gone sort of in favour of us, where the team's obviously dropping points as well at the weekend. But I think after the three games that we won in a row, I think it was like you said before, it was maybe we turned a corner. But that's the way that football is. You're always going to have ups and downs. And Wednesday night is a massive night for both teams, but for us to really put things right.
Did that come as something of a surprise? Because those 3 victories in a row did look as if you were on the up.
Yeah, definitely. I think we got into really good habits in those games as well, and we really looked like a team who looked really strong in every aspect of the game. And I think we were sort of getting into a mindset of, even if we were to go a goal down or a team was to pull one back, that we would back ourselves and be able to push on. And Wednesday's just about pulling all that back together again and finishing the season in a way that we can be proud of, and that we can get this club out of the situation it's in.
It'd be a calamity, wouldn't it, for Dundee United to be in the Championship next?
It would be tough, regardless of what happens. This club shouldn't be in the position that it's in even at the minute, sitting here with 2 games to go. But it's all very well saying that, and I know everyone that's sat in this seat has said that. But these next 2 games, it's really over to us and to carry out the job that we need to do.
Glenn, how important will mental strength and even bottle be on Wednesday?
It's massive. I think that ultimately that's what it's going to come down to. Like I said before, the characters that we have, the games that people in the change room have played in, I think that could put us in a good position going into the game. If you take out the season and how it's been, it comes down to these 2 games. And where we were a little while ago, if somebody had said, with 2 games to go, it's in your hands, regardless of how it's gone recently, I'm sure, of course it's not a situation we still want to be in, that we would have taken that, and like I said, it is now over to us with these 2 games to go.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of ifs, buts and maybes still on the go, but how important is it just totally blank out what Ross County and what everyone else is up to just focus on getting the 3 points?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of noise, regardless of how it goes and whatever else is to come. There's going to be a lot of noise that are coming in the next 2 games in the next couple of weeks. But like I said, that's when the camp heads come into it. I know I'm repeating myself, but it is ultimately what it comes down to. And like I said, it's about staying calm in the heated situations in the game and backing each other and being there for each other throughout the whole 90 minutes.
Of course, getting the first goal, nicking the first goal, getting your noses in front, getting the crowd on side, that could be massive, couldn't it?
I think the crowd speaks for itself, the way that they back you in every game, regardless of how things have gone. The crowd have always been there for us, and I speak on behalf of everyone how grateful we are for that, because we know it's not been easy, and we know at times this season, more so than not, it's not been good enough. But Wednesday is a night for everyone to come together and really show, especially in change, on what it means playing for this club and what it means for us to try and get it out of this situation.
And just how crucial could it be just to get your noses in front?
Yeah, massive. It's going to be it's going to be a long 90 minutes regardless of how it goes, and it's about staying in the game. And when times get tough in the game, we know Kilmarnock are going to come with a game plan just like we are. They'll have their strengths, and it's about us sort of making the most of opportunities that we get.
Thank you.
Hiya, what kind of pep talk has the gaffer given you this week?
I think it's about stripping it back to basics. Like I've already said, there's 2 games to go, and it's in our hands. And like I've already said, you would take that in, and would take that with the situation that we've been in throughout the season. So for us, it's about staying positive and knowing our strengths, respecting the game plan of the team that's coming, and carrying ours out.
And just a final one from me. You touched on the crowds earlier. Is there anything that you'd like to say to them?
Like I said before, just how grateful we are for them sticking with us throughout the season. I know it's been extremely tough, and it's not where this club should be whatsoever, especially the start to the year that was on the cards. I think everyone was very optimistic for what we could go on and do, but the way that it's been has been nowhere near good enough, and I think everyone obviously knows that. But like I said, it's about everyone coming together now for these last 2 games and carrying out what we have to do to get this season over the line.